Hi guys, this is a video for Penn State class LET 467. That's called Web Tech and Learning, and I'm taking it this fall semester of 2017. Now this assignment and this little video is my learning philosophy version 2. We had to do one at the beginning of the semester, what we thought about learning, how we defined it, how we define teaching, and put that into a blog. A lot of blogging in this class, a lot of articles to read, a lot of videos to watch, some great stuff. But what it boils down to is, how do you learn? For me, I'm a very visually oriented person. So, of course, I'm a big fan of the show me how to do it a few times and then let me do it. And then, watch me till I get it right. Help me, coach me, that kind of stuff. I guess I fall under the more traditional master and apprentice style of learning. So I learned how to work on computers that way. Some extent, I learned how to play the guitar that way. Singing too. Also, I'm a big fan of the brainstorming movement. So I love being in a group of people who are challenged with thinking up something new or trying to solve a problem collectively or collaboratively, which there's a lot of this in this class too. Collaborative thinking, collaborative learning is a big part of this. And, there's nothing like that rush to me from that collaborative process with, for example, with a band, when you're all working on getting the music right, working on a song so you can go out and play for people. Because when you do, it's magical. Not just for the band, but for the people listening to the music. So there's a lot of great stuff in this thing. This course, I urge you to take it. Couple things pop out in my mind, some articles and videos over the course of the semester that really drove this point home of collaborative learning and collective learning and the social media and how that all interacts and plays together in our digital age today. Couple of noteworthy people. John Seely Brown, he has a great little thing, learning, working, and playing in the digital age, and that it just really brings all those ideas together and educates you on what's out there and how we're learning today, as opposed to if you're a little bit older like me, you went to school, you sat in a classroom, you had an assigned seat, you had a book, you had a notebook, you took notes, the teacher lectured to you from the front of the classroom, maybe walked around, whatever, gave you a lecture, went through whatever the lesson material was for that day and subsequently that week, and you do that for a while, and you take notes, you read a chapter or two or whatever, and you have maybe some worksheets to do, maybe some labs, depending on what kind of class it is, and then you take a test, a written test, and you do it, and you memorize that stuff, and then you regurgitate it, for lack of a better expression, back out onto, for that test. And then you move on to the next section, and maybe that stuff wasn't touched again. Maybe, a bit of it was touched, but not all of it. So Sal Khan has this really great thing, a little video. Let's use video to reinvent education. It's on TED Talks, TEDTalk.com. You can check it out. I urge you to check it out. And it brings together all these theories of what I just talked about, and then how moving forward we can use video, like we're doing now, like I'm talking to you now, to learn something. And then the great thing about video is you have the audio-visual components, and then it's recorded, so you can go back through and watch it as many times as you need to grasp, really grasp the concept or learn the material, whatever you need to do. It's all self-paced, self-driven. And another person, Adrian Wadowitz, how to use Wikipedia as teaching tools. We learned a lot of those in this class. And, I knew about Wikipedia, really didn't visit it a lot, but it's all collaborative. Everybody contributes. So there's this participatory learning that's going on, and that's covered in this class too. That everybody from all walks of life, all ages, all ethnic groups, all racial backgrounds, ethnic backgrounds, all that stuff, everybody's collaborating together. They're contributing their little bits and pieces. And everything comes together so that everybody all over the world benefits from this stuff. And this is really great to me because, for example, my nephews just started high school, 7th grade, and they were issued a Chromebook at the beginning of the semester, and they're using Google Classroom to do all their assignments and their homework, their readings. They have to watch a video that pertains to the class, just like in college, like we're doing now, that goes with the material to help them learn and grasp the concepts. And they submit their stuff online, through a Dropbox, just like we do at Penn State. And it really just they're game players. They're got their smartphones now. They love video. I built on computers some years ago, and they just grown up with that stuff. And all this stuff that's out there, they're into things that I have no clue where they came from, where they are, what they're doing. I have to ask them, and then I don't want to be bothered because they're so into what they're doing. And John Seeley Brown, he touches on that stuff too, about game players, the online game playing, and how that all. I think he had a quote that if I ain't learning, it ain't fun. Mind-boggling, mind-blowing stuff. So, check this stuff out. And it talks about online social networks and learning. Twitter, of all things, can be used as a learning tool. I didn't know this. I thought it was just simply a social media thing like Facebook, like Snapchat, like what else is out there? Well, you name it. Another thing for the kids, or anybody really, but for the kids mostly, is Mitchell Resnick has this software called Scratch that they can put together. They learn to code, and by putting building blocks together, like they building a Lego model, like we used to do when we were kids. And Legos are still around. They still love that too, and all this stuff just all kind of just meshes together to bring all this learning to the forefront. And what we're going to see now is a revolution in learning from all these people, from what I've witnessed in these courses, taking Penn State classes online through World Campus. It's just amazing how much material, that is available out there. And it's all whatever you want to get into. So it's all self-driven. And, self-driven, self-learning, self-discipline. So you got to get into it. I'm not the best one. It takes me a while to get rolling, but then again, maybe you jump out of bed, hit the floor running, and you're off. But, all this stuff ties together, and the teachers now become more, to me, like the master, and the students become the apprentices. And so they are able to, with these video courses like Sal Khan talks about in his stuff, they're able to go back and, the teacher can give the assignment, hey, watch this video tonight. So they can go home after school, watch it. Maybe they need to take a nap, whatever, eat some dinner first. Then they'll watch it in the evening through 3-4 times. Then they chat about it, through an online source or through the school's website or whatever, have a discussion, online discussion. And then when they come back to class the next day, teacher can say, okay, where'd you get stuck? What's going on? What questions, concerns, ideas? What did you take away from the video? And then build upon that and move forward. And it all builds to this, what Sal Khan talks about, a network of learning, a map, a knowledge map. And then you can build upon that moving forward. And it just adds to your life quality and your mindset. And, what we could accomplish, say, in the next decade or two, is a society where, wow, there's more sharper knives in the drawer, as my mom would put it, than there are dull knives. So anyways, people, give it a shot, give it a look, check it out. Look into Penn State if you want. Check out these tools. Some that stick out for me are Bulb, Tri-Sider. Like I say, Twitter can be used as a learning tool. Wikipedia, big one. Check them out. Check out Sal Khan's video #1. That was really mind-blowing for me. And by all means, have fun. Go learn something.